It's Week 18 of the NFL, and we've got the incomparable Travis Kelce. There's been no shortage of work for him, sitting second in the league in catches. It's the Chiefs and the Broncos, and it's coming right up on EA Sports.
It is time for football as we welcome you to another edition of the NFL on EA Sports. Stage is set, ball is on the tee, and off we go on EA Sports. Johnson now to return. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. Here comes the Denver offense set to take over for the first time. They'll be led by the man from Oregon who started his career at Auburn, quarterback Bo Nix.
Really solid all-around performance last week, Mike, and I think the biggest factor that led to the win is his ability to continue to protect the football. He executed the offense, ran it exactly how they designed all week in practice. Now, it might not have been earth-shattering performance statistically. They got the win. If he can continue to play that style of ball, it's going to be a tough group to match up with.
Second down, Nix. He'll take a shot with Mims. And that is incomplete. He was looking for Marvin Mims there. And it's going to bring up a third down. Working out of the gun, it's Nix. Left side, that's complete. It's Sutton.
I think this is one of those plays that when the ball carrier watches this back in the film room tomorrow, he's going to be a little frustrated with himself. If he could just have made that one guy miss, he picks up the first down. Instead, he gets brought down short of the sticks, and now they got a fourth down decision to make.
That's fielded at about the 18. And he'll be brought down, short return, and they'll take over there. So out comes the Kansas City offense to take over for the first time. And there is the guy at the top of the game, Patrick Mahomes, their quarterback.
He's coming off a really nice 3-touchdown performance in last week's win, Mike, but outside of that one errant throw, he did a really nice job of protecting the ball and was seemingly in control the entire game. This defense all week, they talked about trying to bait him into making some mistakes, so he's got to be careful about falling into the trap. And if he does that, I tell you what, I really like their chances.
How about 25 yards to start the drive? First down.
Really nice throw there. The ability to throw the ball out on the perimeter. Yes, arm strength and all of that, but it's also timing. The timing of the route. When is that wide receiver coming out of his break to deliver that ball accurately as his head comes around? If the ball's thrown too early, the receiver's not ready. If the ball's thrown too late, that's when disaster strikes.
And they'll take this down inside the 35.
And this is what you can do when you have one of the best receivers in the game. You understand that even if the coverage is not perfect for the play call, sometimes it's just as simple as, my guy is better than your guy, and we're going to just keep giving him a chance.
That's complete to the rookie out of Miami. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards. Here's 2nd and 3 to go. Gray is the motion man here. On play action, it's Mahomes. This one complete right side. And he's in. Touchdown, Chiefs. That touchdown, number 11 on the year.
Mike, we used to have a saying that it was the responsibility of the receiver to run the route through the eyes of the quarterback. And I think this is a great example here. Two guys clearly on the same page. Quarterback expected his target to be in a certain place at a certain time. He's there, ball's delivered accurately. He's able to pick up the rest with his legs, and that's a big-time connection for the touchdown.
Butker's extra point is good, and the Chiefs will take a 7-0 lead. The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. Johnson now to return. And a solid run back there. He'll get this out past the 30-yard line. So they come to the line for first down and 10. On the ground, this is Jaleel McLaughlin. And he'll bring this to about the 34-yard line. Drew Tranquill up to make the tackle. They face second down and 7. Mims set in motion here. And a good effort there defensively. It's knocked away and incomplete.
I think he just rushed that decision just a little bit downfield. I mean, it's one thing to trust your guy to make a play in tight coverage, but I think if he was a little bit more patient in his progression.
He gets free. And he will score. Javon Vele. Touchdown Broncos.
But I think back to their first possession of this game, Mike, it resulted in a punt. Not exactly the fast start the coaches told us was so important as this game unfolds. They get the ball back for possession 2. Now they try to find some rhythm, find their identity of the game plan, and they come away with 6. So that's how you bounce back in this league. It's not always going to be perfect. Really nice job settling into this game here with their second possession.
So back to level after the touchdown. Time for the kickoff. Here to take it back, Quez Watkins. And a decent return there. He'll get this up just shy of the 30. On first and 10, it's Mahomes. They'll mark him down up at the 44-yard line.
Anytime you're facing a zone defense, you're working from your first progression all the way through. But when guys are open in this level, Mike, they don't stay open very long. So what they taught us as receivers, if you're open, stay open. And if you're not open, you better get open quick because that ball is coming out.
He was trying to get it to Xavier Worthy there. And it'll lead to a second down. Throwing from the gun. Here's Patrick. He'll drop this underneath to Pacheco. And that'll go for a gain of 7. And it's going to set up third down. To the air once more, it's Mahomes. This caught right side by Worthy.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need. But really nice job there by the quarterback, getting into the hand.
And they're going to get to him and take him down, take him back to the other side of midfield.
If you're going to take a sack, you just can't add to it by taking such a massive loss on top of it. Understand when the pocket breaks down, move up, cut your losses. Now, not only do you lose that down, but now you face a big uphill battle if you want to extend this drive.
Work to do now as they come up on second and long. Out of the gun, here's Mahomes. To the sideline, and what a catch, and what a great job to keep the feet alive. Inbounds as good as you can do it.
This is why the timing of these routes is so critical. If that ball is thrown a little bit later, He's unable to keep his feet in bounds, but instead the quarterback is on time and accurate, and the receiver does a nice job not only securing the catch, but ensuring that
nowhere to get away, and he's going to go down.
the defensive coaches, they preached all week, Mike. They have to have relentless pursuit of this quarterback when he tries to extend the play. So often it results in a great play for the offense and a big pickup. This time, because of that pursuit, it leads to a big loss.
On fourth down, it's Matt Araiza to punt for KC. The Broncos have Marvin Mims out for the return. And no return forthcoming. It's a touchback and will come out to the 20-yard line. Back onto the field comes the Denver offense. We'll try to break out of this deadlock. We are all even at 7 as they start this drive, 1st and 10. They'll run it for the first time with Javonte Williams. And nothing doing on that one. He'll go down behind the line.
Well, they try to get the run game started here early. Really nowhere for this ball carrier to go. You never want to lose yards on first down, but that's exactly the case here.
And some good blocking at the point of it. Nix from the gun on 3rd down. Got a man over the middle. There's Sutton. That catch number 80 in this campaign. And it gives his team a 1st down.
These 3rd down conversions are just so important, Mike. Everybody stresses we want to possess the ball, give our offense as much opportunity to end as many drives as we can, scoring points. So if you want to stay on the field, you better be good on 3rd down.
Now it's Williams. And he'll get forward for about a yard. Jaden Hicks on the tackle. Here's 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
A run here. It's McLaughlin. And he'll get maybe about 4 yards out of that one. Lane closed quickly. And here comes 3rd down. From the shotgun, here's Nix. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
Here's the quarterback doing everything in his power to extend this play, and none of his guys could get open. You got to see someone separate, work with your quarterback, go into scramble second reaction mode, and it's also give some credit to the back end doing a nice job plastering with their assignment, and he had no choice but to throw it away.
And that's a nice job of getting to him, making sure that return was not going anywhere. The Chiefs offense and Xavier Worthy getting set to take over once more. As we head into this final stretch of games, take note, he comes into this one leading the NFL in receiving yards. This one's going to be taken in over the middle. And he's taken down, but not until he gets to the 32-yard line.
I'd like to see them do a better job here the rest of the game, Mike, just disguising the coverage from the pre-snap look to the post-snap look. And what I mean is, when you have a quarterback at this level and what they see before the ball's in their hands is the exact same thing they see once they do get the ball, everything is just so much easier for them to process. Change the look, change the coverages, move your safeties. Make the quarterback have to process with the ball in his hand.
2nd and 7. From the shotgun, it's Mahomes. Checking it down, this one is caught. And that's a 1st down. It will be a gain of 8.
An 8-yard pickup. And the 1st down, Chiefs.
To throw is Mahomes. That's over the middle and caught by Rice. 11 yards on the connection there. 1st down, KC.
1st down, Kansas City.
Now, Mahomes. He'll check that down to Pacheco.
All right, so there's really three areas that a modern NFL running back has to excel at. Number one, the traditional handoffs. Number two, you have to be excellent and reliable in pass protection. And maybe bigger than all of them, you have to be at least serviceable out of the backfield in the passing game.
Second down and 8. Now Mahomes gives it to Pacheco. And he's fighting to try to get back to the line of scrimmage, but will not do it. This is going to be a loss of a yard. 3rd and 9. Mahomes. Trying to fit in the slant, and it was intercepted. Picked up by Cody Barton.
Every once in a while, Mike, you see a quarterback predetermined before the snap where they're going to go with the ball, and I think that was the case here. He told himself, I'm throwing the ball to him no matter what, and it ends up being a costly mistake.
The Broncos offense ready to see what they can do with this next possession. They'll work in a tie game here in the second quarter and get started with 1st and 10. They'll start this one with a 3 tight end look. They'll start this on the ground. It's Williams. And he'll get forward for a couple. It's 2nd down. Here's Nix to throw. He's going to run it. Give him 11 on the scramble and give them a new set of downs.
You know, Mike, I like everything about this play except the very end. You've already picked up good yardage. You've already picked up the 1st down. Now get down on the ground and protect yourself. There's no reason to take those shots.
And he finds some space, tackled after a gain of 7 on 1st down. 2nd down and 3.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3.
They'll go again with Williams. And a nice run. He's got a 1st down tackle made right at the 35-yard line.
I think this 2nd down call, Mike, they were hoping that at worst they had themselves set up for a 3rd down and short. But there's no need for 3rd down. He was able to get enough on 2nd, and they get a fresh set of downs.
Well, they weren't going to get him the 2nd time with the same back. Defense all over that one. They stop him for no gain. We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10.
At the 35-yard line.
They'll throw. It's Nix. There's a screen from McLaughlin. And they'll get about 8 out of that one, but still a little work to do now on 3rd down.
It's a gain of 8. Brings up 3rd and 1.
Back to throw is Nix. This one to the tight end, Trotman. And he's going to be taken down short of the marker, and that is going to set up an interesting 4th down decision.
Will Lutz for the Broncos field goal. A 42-yard attempt.
Lutz's kick is good. And the Broncos will break our tie and take a 10-7 lead.
And I think this is going to end up being considered a successful drive, Mike. I think obviously you would have loved to see them come down and convert and score a touchdown. But at the very least, they needed to come away with 3. They were able to do that and take a lead on that field goal.
Patrick Mahomes going to lead the KC offense back out for this next drive. He had the touchdown pass earlier, adding to his season total. You get a look at the NFL leaders in touchdown passes to this point this season. On 1st down, it's Mahomes. Off he goes. And he'll gain yardage and able to get down at the end of the play. Here's a 2nd and 3 forthcoming. They put Kelce in motion. Mahomes now to throw on 2nd down. And that's a 1st down. It will be a gain of 8.
An 8-yard pickup. And their 1st down on the Chiefs.
Here's Mahomes. That's taken in by Kareem Hunt. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5.
At the 47-yard line.
Throwing now, Mahomes. Throwing right, it's taken in. And he is out of bounds all the way down at the 30-yard line.
It's a gain of 24
His 5th catch of the afternoon. Good for a 1st down.
We spent so much time talking about these receivers. How fast do they run, Mike? How high do they jump? But so often, the guys that have the most success in the NFL, it's the mental part of the game. It allows them to create separation, find soft spots in the defense, attack defenders. It's exactly what he's able to do here, and really nice connection.
Gets it away quickly, and it's caught. And he's close to another 1st down as he's brought down just shy of the marker. Here's 2nd and 2. Mahomes now to throw again. That's caught. Travis Kelce. And he will get into the end zone. Travis Kelce. Touchdown, Kansas City.
We're seeing this so much all across the NFL, Mike, is the value placed on a receiver being able to turn into a runner after they're able to secure the catch. And sometimes it's easier said than done. But if you want to survive in this league as a wide receiver, you have to be able to make plays like this after the catch. And great job there by the quarterback being accurate, and great job by the receiver running after he makes the catch.
His kick is good. Makes the score. Chiefs 14, Broncos 10.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. Johnson now to return. And he'll bring it out to the 22-yard line. That's where the offense will take the field. Set to go now on 1st and 10. Slot man in motion right. Look to hit him with a jet sweep here to begin this drive. And he's going to be marked down up around the 33.
Once you see that guy coming across the formation pre-snap, Mike, you have to be thinking jet sweep instantly. It's just such a dangerous play that always has the potential for this type of yardage, especially when he wins that race to the edge.
And a good job following his blockers, a gain of 7. It'll be 2nd down.
He's tackled at the 40-yard line. It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3.
Working out of the gun, it's Nix. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing 3rd down.
Down and 3 yards to go.
They'll run. This is McLaughlin. It'll be a pickup of 10. Good for a Denver 1st down.
We've seen this trend throughout the league, Mike. Offensively, everyone wants to have depth at the running back position. Yeah, it's great to have one guy, but if you could have 2 or 3 that can all come in and contribute on the ground, that's the goal, and we're seeing it here.
A nice nimble run as he manages to pick up 3.
The 47-yard line. A 3-yard pickup. Brings up 2nd and 7.
2nd down. Nix. They'll look to set up the screen here. They were not fooled on defense. Saw the screen from the start. It'll be a loss of yardage on the play. On 3rd down, they'll set up to throw. Here's a screen set up to Williams. And a good short tackle right there. It stops him a good distance short of the marker. It sets up fourth down.
It's fourth down.
2 minutes to go here till halftime. Greg and I return to Denver after this. It's Riley Dixon coming on now as he's on to punt for Denver. And this is going to work out for him. Out of bounds, and they'll mark it inside the 10. The Chiefs offense. And Patrick Mahomes coming out for their next drive. And he is in the midst of a sensational season, currently second in the NFL in passing yards. Now the former rushing champ, it's Kareem Hunt. And he's going to be brought down up past the 20.
The goal of every offense, Mike, is to find a way to establish a balance between the run and the pass. With some success here early on the ground, will open up things as the game unfolds for the quarterback in this passing game.
First down throw, Mahomes. He'll get this complete to Worthy. And he's taken down, but not until he gets to the 32-yard line. Now the Chiefs going to call the first of their timeouts.
And this is why most teams, Mike, decide to take the ball first after the halftime break, because they want to be able to control this middle four. At the end of the first half, you can use your timeout. You can use some strategy to steal an extra possession. If they're able now to go down and come away with points, they'll have a chance to double it up again right after the halftime break.
And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5. Mahomes from out of the pistol. He'll throw. He connects with Gray on that one. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield. They'll come up here, 1st and 10. To the air once more, it's Mahomes. A short throw taken in by Kelsey. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards. The Chiefs will use their 3rd and final timeout here as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in the opening half. Throwing again, it's Mahomes. To the outside, catch made by Worthy. And he's going to be taken down as time runs out on this first half of play.
Okay, Mike, thanks very much. More from you and Greg in a moment. But first, time for a look around the NFL to see what's going on here and what's already been an eventful afternoon of football. We'll get started out west in Las Vegas. And it is the Chargers out in front as those two creep towards halftime. The Chargers trying to hold on and claim victory. From there, we head down to the desert. Check on the Cardinals at home in Glendale. And they trail in that one as it's the visiting 49ers who are out in front. Brock Purdy with a touchdown pass to Brandon Ayuk. Lastly, we head to Southern California to check on the Rams at home at SoFi Stadium. And you can see they have the lead over the visiting Seahawks. Matthew Stafford's thrown a touchdown pass. These two teams leaving the tunnel, and we'll head out with them. It's time to send it back over to Mike Tirico and Greg Olsen.
Coach, thanks. This one's still anyone's game. We'll see who can come out with the hot hand in this second half. About to get started. The dangerous Mecole Hardman on the return. And their drive will begin at the 30-yard line. The Chiefs offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. Eddie has been in control of this offense. Want to run you through some of the action from earlier on. You've got the 2 touchdown passes, over 200 passing yards. He has been excellent all game long. Gray is the motion man here. They'll start on the ground with Pacheco. And he finds some daylight. Up past the 35-yard line. A pickup of 7. Mahomes fakes the give and keeps it himself. And he's going to weave his way forward. It's a first down at the 44-yard line.
Sometimes, Mike, the best plan is also the simplest plan. And for this team, just snap the ball to your quarterback, let him find some daylight, and go get that first down himself.
Is the motion man here. Here's Patrick. He'll throw it on first down. And he'll be marked down at the 45-yard line.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play. And it wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after catch that did the rest. And that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. You're not always going to dial up the perfect play against the perfect look. Sometimes players need to make plays, and that was a good one there.
First down and one shy of 100. That was his 99th catch of the year. They go play action with Mahomes. There's that man again. Another catch. And they're going to be set up now as he's brought down at the 5-yard line.
Well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. They clearly have a mismatch in their favor, and every time they've looked his way, he's continued to make big plays. If I'm this coordinator, I think I'm giving him one more shot and see if he can push this thing over the goal line and come away with 6.
From the 2 now, here's second and goal. Throwing from the gun, here's Patrick. That is hot! What a job on the scramble. Xavier Worthy. Touchdown, KC.
You can just see the comfort, Mike, that this offense continues to play with. The early momentum in the first half has carried here after the break, and you can see this group just slowly starting to pull away.
And I'm thinking, Greg, about the guys on the other side. You're waiting at halftime, that other offense waiting to get back on the field. What happens? They come right out, extend the lead, and now the task gets a lot tougher for this second half.
Broncos 10.
The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. He'll start at the 4. He'll get across the 20, mark them at the 22-yard line. The Broncos offense trotting back out for their first involvement of this second half. They'll look to make some inroads here. They're down 21-10 in this one as they come up on a first down. Now Nick's going to look to throw. He's going to keep it himself.
Well, we've seen time and time again just how dangerous this quarterback can be, Mike, when he decides to tuck it and take off. So that is a great job defensively to rally to the football and hold him to just a short gain.
They'll try to hit him with a screen. And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5. They go 5 receivers for third down and 4. From the shotgun, here's Nix. And he will have the first down. The drive will continue after a pickup of 8.
The key to good route running, Mike, is deceiving the man covering you into thinking you're doing one thing, and then you change it and do the other. And in this case, he had the defender thinking this was a vertical downfield route, and then next thing you know, he gets to his break point, he breaks in, and that ball's put right on the money for a big pickup.
That's a nice pickup on a first down throw. It's a gain of 8. We'll come to the line now on 2nd and 2.
At the 44-yard line.
They send one of the tight ends in motion to the left. On the ground, this is Williams. And he'll be close to a first down. A gain of a couple as they mark him just short. 3rd and a yard.
Brings up 3rd and 1.
A run now with McLaughlin. And he will have a Broncos first down. They get 5 on 3rd and 1.
Really just the same approach that an offense would take on a quarterback sneak, Mike. You don't necessarily have to spring them for a huge gain. Can you buy just enough space up front to pick up 1 yard?
The pressure, too much, and he goes down.
Through the first half, it was clear. This pass protection, this offensive line unit, they were clearly up for the challenge. The pass rush was non-existent. But here in the second half, you can sense a little bit more urgency. You can see them start playing with a little more speed and intensity, and it pays off there with their first sack of the day.
And he won't get away. Good open field tackle there to get him down behind the line. 3rd and long. Nix from the gun on 3rd down. And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a 4th down. The Broncos bringing out their punter, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. The Chiefs offense and their quarterback headed out for their next possession. And he's had it going in the first half. Really had his way with the secondary. They have been powerless to stop him. Now they're trying to keep it going. 1st and 10 for Mahomes. And that one knocked away. It's incomplete.
A rare miss for a quarterback that we've seen really come out on fire throughout this entire contest. I mean, his completion percentage, Mike, is well above league average, and frankly, it's really the biggest reason why they find themselves out in front.
And he's taken down, but not until he gets to the 32-yard line.
Really nice job there to move the chains early in this drive, but now as they approach midfield, continue to keep your foot on the gas. Don't get conservative. Don't start sitting on the ball. Cross midfield and go. Anytime you find yourself in your opponent's side of the field, you have to be thinking points. Well defended there, and the quarterback's trying to attack this defense outside the numbers. Those really wide angle throws near the sideline sometimes can be very hard to defend, so give a lot of credit to this secondary. They were all on the same page, and the ball falls incomplete.
And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield.
Now, so far here today, putting points on the board certainly hasn't been a problem, and plays like that are why. Think about it, Mike. Sometimes you just have to take what the defense gives you and not force something that's not there, and that mid-range pass results in a fresh set of downs.
Off the play fake, here's Mahomes. Toward the boundary, Rice bringing it in. Nice chunk here in this good-looking drive. Pickup of 14 and a first down. Right back to the air for Mahomes. That one broken up. It is incomplete. They tried the shot on first down, couldn't connect. It'll bring up second down. Out of the gun, here's Mahomes. Throw left side is taken in by the tight end, Kelce. And they are in great shape. He's taken down inside the 10.
I love the way the ball's been moving around to different guys this drive, Mike. I mean, it really keeps the defense guessing and off balance. And now this defense is going to have to figure out how to keep this offense out of the end zone because it's 1st and goal.
Ball sitting at the 7. 1st and goal. From the shotgun, it's Mahomes. That's hauled in at the 2. And he's going to be down close to the goal line. Good job defensively to make sure he did not get to the end zone.
at the 2-yard line.
They put Kelsey in motion. They'll run with Pacheco. And he will take this one across into the end zone. Isaiah Pacheco. Touchdown, Chiefs. That touchdown puts him in double digits. Now 10 rushing touchdowns on the season. And Butker on for the extra point. The kick is good. And the Chiefs will extend this third quarter lead. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. Johnson now to return. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The Broncos offense starting to trot out for this next possession. They are in need of points in a big way as they set out on 1st and 10.
You see so many teams wait till 3rd down to execute their screen game, but I like in this case the play caller changes things up. He uses the screen game on 1st down, which will have an effect on this pass rush going forward. How aggressive do they want to get after the quarterback? Because they got that screenplay still in the back of their head.
And he's got it. 1st down. A pickup of 4.
A gain of 4 yards. And the Broncos 1st down.
Throwing. Nix. He'll find his tight end. That's Troutman. And he'll be brought down as we tick towards the end of this. So, 3 quarters now in the books. Back with more after the break. You're tuned in to the NFL on EA Sports. They'll work now on 2nd and 4. Working out of the gun. It's Nix. Oh, he coughs up the football. But he'll gather it back in. Oh, man, Greg, those must be scary times for a player. Not that it happened to you often, but he lost the ball but was able to get it back and avoid the turnover.
Well, Mike, I hate to admit it, but unfortunately, I was in that situation a few times. And I'll tell you what, when that ball pops out of your hand, the only thing on your mind is there anything I can do to get it back? In this case, he was able to get it back, and he dodged a bullet.
Throwing now on 3rd and long. Here's a screen from McLaughlin. Going to leave the offense out there for 4th and long. On 4th down, here's Nix. That's incomplete. Daring Hall on 4th down. Does not work out. And it results in a turnover on downs. So, here comes the KC offense set to take over once more. And as we look back now, Greg, at how we got here, we got a ton of highlights of the offense so far. In particular, great passing.
Yeah, and if you want to score points in the NFL, Mike, there's no secret. You've got to do it primarily through the air. And with 3 touchdowns here so far, that's exactly what we've seen. It's been deep balls. It's been intermediate shots. It's been good run after catch. This has really been high-level offense on display right from the jump.
And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line.
Here's a case of an offense just piling on. You're really imposing your will on the defense. Everyone in the stadium knows you're going to run it. The defense knows it. You know it. And no matter what they do, they have no answers whatsoever.
Mahomes on 1st down. Short pass taken in by Kelsey. And he's going to be brought down just outside the 10-yard line.
Nice job there by Kelsey moving the chains. And to think he's in his 12th season, Mike, and he's able to continue to produce at such a high level, you can make an argument he's one of the most popular guys in the entire league, and he's still one of the best players regardless of position.
Mahomes now on second down. And he will fight his way to the end zone. Patrick Mahomes. Touchdown, Kansas City. So with that score, he's into double digits. 10 rushing touchdowns on the season. You don't see that too often from a quarterback. Now Butker to add the extra point. It's up and good. And the Chiefs will open it up even further here in this fourth quarter. The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. Johnson now to return. Nice job on the return. He's down close to the 35-yard line. The Broncos offense back onto the field as you take a look at the playoff race in the AFC. And this is where we stand. Final weekend of the regular season is upon us. And we'll know the brackets and the seedings for the postseason at the end of the night.
Certainly not the biggest play of the day, but a good example of picking up positive yardage, staying ahead of the chains by a well-timed ball and a well-timed route.
Second down. Nix. Got a man over the middle. There's Sutton. And he's going to be taken down right at midfield. Here's 1st and 10. Back to throw is Nix. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line.
You know, it's really been a one-sided game, but how often do we see in the fourth quarter the team that finds themselves down by a lot, they start to come alive? I think it's a combination of trying to end the game on a positive note, but also sometimes that defense getting a little lackadaisical.
11 more yards. That's another Broncos first down. 1st and 10 at the 26-yard line.
Nix now on 1st and 10. That's complete. It's McLaughlin. And he won't make it back to the line of scrimmage. Going to lose a yard as he steps out of bounds. Lost one on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11. They fake the jet sweep and give it up the middle. Now they are in business inside the 15-yard line. On the move at the 14-yard line, it's 1st and 10. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
You can't fault the quarterback on this one, Mike. He really didn't even have much of an opportunity. By the time he hit the top of his drop and got his eyes downfield, the defense was all over him, and he really had no choice but to just get that ball out of his hand and live to play another snap.
He'll get about 6 before he's taken down. Here's a 3rd down and 4.
3rd and 4.
To throw is Nix. This one caught at the 4. And they'll stop him just short of the goal line, but they are going to have enough to convert. It's going to be 1st and goal. They'll try to run this one in. Trying to fight his way into the end zone, but they will mark him short. Down at the 1. The ball a little closer now. It is 2nd and goal. They go with their fullback trying to get it. And he'll just get up inside those big bodies up front. And he's in. Touchdown, Denver. Well, it's not going to be enough, but at least they find the end zone at the end of a hard week's work. At least a little payoff with a touchdown, Greg.
Mike, you can just chalk this one up in the column of too little, too late. Give credit to this offense for not going down without a fight, but they're not going to have enough time to find themselves back in this one.
Down 3 scores, and it's late. They're going to need a few bounces to go their way. They'll start right here, trying to get an onside kick.
You have no choice. You find yourself down big here late in the fourth quarter, Mike. You got nothing to lose. Give it a shot. Nice job here by the Hands team recovering. They're going to take over possession.
The visitors' offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. And this defense has got to be at its wits' end, trying to come up with a way to keep him contained. He's had so many opportunities to tuck it and go, and he's turned a number of those into big plays. The drive begins with a run by Pacheco. Not much. Second and long coming up. Looks like movement over there on the left side, and the flag is down.
False start, offense.
Mahomes now to throw on second down. Oh, in trouble. Down he goes.
Defense came out in a soft zone, and I think it caught the quarterback a little off guard. He was trying to attack them downfield. By the time he was able to get through his progression to his check down, he ran out of time, and that's all the pass rush needed to get into the backfield and bring him down.
So, backed up after the sack, and now it's third and long. Here's Mahomes. That's complete left side to Worthy. And he'll gain some yardage here, but that is not nearly enough for the first down. So it's going to bring up fourth down. And the Chiefs will punt the ball away. He's on for the second time. He'll try to get something inside the 10. And we will not have a return here. This one angled out of bounds. The home team's offense ready to see what they can do. Things not looking good. But see if they get the turnaround going here. They'll start this drive with first down. Now Nick's going to look to throw. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be second down. Throwing is Nix. This one to the tight end, Trotman. And he'll be taken down up at the 40-yard line. A first down throw for Nix. The catch made there by Sutton. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on first down. That'll be caught by the running back, Williams. And a good job rallying to the football, holding just a gain of a yard and sets up third down. And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a fourth down. Nick's going to throw for it. He'll try to run for it.
You find yourself down big. It's the fourth quarter. There's really no choice but to go for this at this point. But once again, this defense, they're up to the task, and they come through yet again with a huge stop.
The visitors' offense and their wide receiver getting ready to get back to work. And right about now, they might be thinking, are we sure we want an off week next week? They're going to head into the bye with momentum as they try to polish this one off. They'll send the tight end in motion right. A run up the middle with Pacheco. The speed on display. He's in. Isaiah Pacheco. Touchdown, KC. So 2 touchdowns for him in this one. Numbers 12 and 13 on the year. Butker now for the point after. His kick is good. And the Chiefs tack on one more to their lead. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. Johnson now to return. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The home team's offense getting those helmets back on, ready to head out for their next possession. They'll start it here with a 1st and 10. From the shotgun, here's Nix. Left side, that's complete. It's Sutton. Now the Broncos going to use the first of their timeouts, and they'll get together prior to this 2nd down play. They'll throw. It's Nix. And that one is incomplete. Penalty flag down, back in the backfield, in the area of holding. That one on the former Notre Dame star, Mike McGlinchey. Now, a 2nd down throw for Nix. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
This is one of those situations that plays directly into the hands of the defense because think, Mike, they know this offense has to be one-dimensional. This has to be a pass. So what do? They bring in extra defensive backs. They clog up the back end. And at the end of the day, there's just nowhere for the offense to go with the ball. This offense has to find a way to be better on 1st and 2nd down, Mike. Living in these 3rd and long situations, must pass, is not a recipe that their offensive coordinator wants to operate in.
Now or never, they'll throw on 4th down. He finds Mims. It's complete. And he will take this one in. 78 yards. Touchdown, Denver. They find the end zone through the air. Greg, that is one of the most popular plays because it works so often.
You're right, Mike. We see it all the time. It's a 4 vertical concept. But the key is you've got to stretch the defense and put pressure on the secondary. That's exactly what they were able to do here. They take advantage, and they go deep for 6.
So the late score gets them a bit closer to respectability. They'll try to get even closer with an onside kick.
Late in the game, this is where you see teams really start taking some chances. And boy, this was a big one, but it's not going to work out.
The Chiefs and their running back, Isaiah Pacheco, head out for their next drive. And it's hard to believe you can run the ball a whole lot better than he has. The vision, the cutback ability, the acceleration, the stats. It has all been on display throughout. A give here to Pacheco. There he goes, inside the 30. And he's going to be taken down, but not until he reaches the 20-yard line.
And this is the point of the game, Mike, where you really can start leaning on your run game and try to close this game out. You've got the lead, you're in the 4th quarter, and they're able to pop off a big run.
So they come to the line for 1st down and 10. Gray is the motion man here. Play clock down to 0. That's going to be a delay.
Delay of game, offense. Still 1st down.
Down to an 8, and that will do it. They wrap up the regular season with a victory. Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. So it's a win for the visiting Chiefs. They finished the season on a high note. So now they'll have the week off as the #1 seed. Get back to it in 2 weeks for the divisional round of the playoffs. So that'll just about do it for Greg Olson and our entire team. I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. With that, we say so long, everyone.